It's a very special day in downtown Eureka. Strike up the band, it's homecoming. Students of all ages rally support for their school by taking to the streets during the annual parade competition.
First place right here, definitely!
Yes! That is a very good school, girl. Very good girl.
Of course, homecoming is so much more than just candy and kids cheering. It's a day to celebrate camaraderie and nostalgia, and for all those classes past who have left their old stomping grounds to come home.
We are in Eureka, South Dakota today at the pep rally for Thunder. It is homecoming week. Eureka, South Dakota. Look at all the wonderful people behind us, the band. The parents are here for the pep rally. They had an amazing parade here today, and I would love to welcome each and every one of you to Eureka, South Dakota.
Part of homecoming's magic is passing the torch from one class to the next and making sure the fire stays lit for the next generation. We'll come back to homecoming throughout the show, but first, let's learn about some of Eureka's earliest school days.
The first day of school in Eureka was August 30th of 1888. The first teacher was Mrs. Rena McKeever. She had 40 students in a one-room schoolhouse. The students were ages 6 to 16, and most of them studied the same thing because there were so many kids, students, that did not speak English. Like I said, she had 40 students the first term, which was 3 months. Then it turned into 80 students, and then 116. She was the only teacher. And then in this scrapbook, it said, one morning the students were startled when they saw Indian faces looking in their school window. Shortly after that, someone came to school and said, don't worry, they're peaceful. They came to Eureka to take the train to Washington, D.C. to talk to the Great White Father about better rations for their people and more stock cattle. Mrs. McKeever also listed some of the names of her students. One of her students was Mary Worthy. Her parents owned a meat market in early day Eureka, and Mary Worthy was one of the students who went to the depot, and she knew a couple words in the Indian language. One of the chiefs was Sitting Bull, so she went up to Sitting Bull. He was wearing a blue serge suit with a white shawl over his shoulders, and Mary Worthy walked up to him and she said, nice, in his language. He was so taken by this young blonde, blue-eyed little girl that the next spring he sent 2 of his braves to the Worthy house with a fawn. How interesting is that?
In the nearly century and a half since then, a lot has changed in Eureka, but school has always seemed to be at the heart of it. "100 years after the first class with Rena McKeever, we get a message from the mayor.
Well, I am Wendy Brockel. I have lived in Eureka forever, all my life except for going to school. And I am the mayor of Eureka, the first female mayor of Eureka. There was a lot going on all the time. I obviously went to school. Saturday nights were great around here 50-some years ago. I'm not going to date myself here. 50-some years ago, there were dances, Saturday nights and everything. Yeah, I love growing up here. We've got homecoming tonight. We've had the parade today, we had the pep rally today. Right now is a middle school game going on, and then the high school game, the high school football game tonight. Yeah, it'll be good, and the field out there is beautiful. Under the lights, by the lake. It's great.
But before we head out to the game, I asked the first female mayor of Eureka if she had any advice for the pep rally kids who may one day care for this town.
You know what? If you feel strongly about something, do it. Just step in there, even if you're like, oh, I can't do that. I just do it. Just do it. Yeah.
In life, as on the football field, each position has a job, and all of them are important. A good team values everyone because the only way we all win is by working together.
Donovan Nelson on the reception. He's the number one.
Let's go Thunder! Let's go Thunder! Let's go Thunder! Let's go
With the Thunder up by 6, the halftime whistle blows and players head to the locker room. Mayor Wendy introduces me to a longtime fan of Eureka football. Don Fisher might have retired after selling his business in 2017, but you can still find him helping out around the school.
Well, back when I was in high school, we had like 272 in high school, and now I think we're about 140, so the enrollment has gone down quite a bit. We were playing at that time 11-man football, where they're playing 9 now. At that time we were Trojans, Eureka Trojans.
Whether going by the Trojans, the Patriots, the Cardinals, or the Thunder, Eureka sports teams have some things in common.
We are wonderful people. We try to greet anybody that comes to Eureka. We got a beautiful lake, we got a beautiful sports complex, we got a good school, and I love it.